Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we are again going to talk about the Salesforce interview and how you can take the advantage of first 5 minutes, and you can give a direction to your interview in a way that they're going to ask all the questions which you already know. A typical Salesforce interviews goes like this. So they'll ask you to give a brief introduction about yourself. Most of the time, they'll ask this. There are a couple of companies which have very defined way of taking interviews. They'll set the agenda at the very beginning, or they can also tell you what they're expecting from you and how they're going to judge you. But most of the time, you will get an interviewer who will ask you to introduce yourself in a brief manner. So basically what they're asking you is that you have 5 minutes to explain yourself, what you're doing right now, what you have done till now, and then they'll start asking a couple of technical questions. So this basically is focusing Salesforce developer role. And interview the experience range could be from 1 to 8 years, 0 to 8 years, something like that. So those first 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes is very crucial because uh, what you say in those first 5 minutes will determine the next set of questions. Most of the time, there are a bunch of interviewers who already have a set of questions predefined. So no matter what you say, they'll ask those questions only. But most of the time, what you say in your brief introduction, or what you say as what you have done till now, will determine the next set of questions. So you can take advantage of this, and you need to make sure that whatever you are saying in first 5 minutes are your top best things. Like you can say, let's say if you're good on deployments, you can focus on the fact that you are deploying everything, and you're focusing each and everything on that topics as well. Let's say if you know the process automation very well, make sure you highlight those things in starting 5 minutes. So what they are interested, they're not interested in your marks or grade or your university or your habits and all. What they're mostly interested in knowing is that what you have done till now, what is your current role, your team size, and what kind of projects you have worked on, and for which clients you have worked on. So make sure that you list everything in a very proper manner. Like let's say if you have worked on couple of industries, let's say hospitality, e-commerce, banking, and computer hardware. So you just tell them everything in a structured way so that they'll get a brief amount of idea that what you have done till now, and you're capable enough to answer those questions. What I normally do in such kind of interview is that I explain everything in a way I'm doing things right now. So let's say if I'm working in a sprint where I have all the responsibilities to work on my user stories and the deployments and development and unit testing and everything, so you explain them in a proper manner so that they can have an idea about what to ask from you and what to expect from you. Next set of questions will, most of the time, next set of questions will definitely be from these things only. This is what I have experienced till now. So if I have said so many things, like I have worked on batch classes, Apex, Lightning Web Component, and Aura Component integration, so most of the time, the next set of questions will be from these topics only. But having said that, basically Salesforce is very big, so nobody can say that they know everything about Salesforce. There are subtopics and different clouds you might have worked on or not, but you just need to inform them what you have worked on and what you are good at. And even if there is something which you are not aware about or have not worked on, be very flexible in terms of approach, and be very open to learning. You can say that, okay, I haven't worked on this cloud or haven't actually worked in a project, but I know the basics from Trailhead. But you are okay to take up the new challenges, and you will be okay to work on those things, and you will be excited to work on those things to learn new things. So basically this gives an idea about you, that you are open for new challenges and you will be okay even if a new different kind of work is thrown to you. So that's how you can take those things. Um, See, if the interviewer has already, set of questions defined, then definitely he'll ask those set of questions and will not be asking from what you have written in your resume or what you have told him in your brief introduction. But if it goes in your way, like what I've told you, if it goes in that way, then you will have an advantage. Like you have said only those things which you know properly. So if you have said workflow, process builders, triggers, flows, so even if you get half of the questions correct from all these topics, I think you will give a very good chance for yourself, because they're not expecting you to answer each and everything. To be very frank, they are expecting you uh, to be true to yourself. Whatever you have said that you have worked on, they just want to know, have you actually worked on those things? Do you actually have the practical knowledge or not? They don't I don't think they're looking for anybody who know everything, because that guy is not living in earth. So that's how you need to plan it. The other important thing you can think of is that whenever they ask you a question, and especially for experienced people, whenever they ask any questions related to anything, let's say if you have asked something about custom metadata, you need to make sure that you are representing it by an example, because that's the way they'll get to know that you have actually worked on that thing or not, because theory is available everywhere. And in fact you can learn these things from trailhead and everything, but if you have actually worked on those things, the best way to represent that thing, the best way to demonstrate that thing is by giving an example. So always try to give examples, because this thing will makes you apart, makes you different from other candidates. You not only aware about the theory, but also the practical experience. And if you give a practical, you need not to explain the theory. Everybody know those theory and everything. So try to give examples of each and every topic. That's how you can take those things. And there could be couple of questions which you might not have worked on, or which you were not aware. There is absolutely no problem in saying that you don't know this, but a straight no should not be fine. You should be flexible in approach, that you tell them like, okay, so let's say if you haven't worked on CPQ and they ask you a question from CPQ, or the role requires you to know CPQ, never say that no, I don't know CPQ. No, that's not the way. You should say it like, okay, I haven't got a chance to work on CPQ, but I would definitely love to work on CPQ, and I have got the basics of CPQ from Trailhead, but definitely I'll try to learn CPQ, and it will be challenging for me to work on, and I'm pretty excited to get this opportunity, because the way you say all those things explains what kind of person you are and what kind of challenge you are ready to take. So that's how you need to kind of be flexible in that approach. We are going to cover the interview preparations for freshers as well, and this also is just an introductory part, but we are going for a detailed interview later on. But that's how you should be taking an approach. We are definitely be posting a detailed interview about that, but do tell us in comments that what you think we should be giving you next, so that we'll have proper alignment with all of you, and we'll be able to serve you best. I do get comments or queries related to how to switch to Salesforce, and let's say somebody is not working on Salesforce and want to switch to, and freshers as well. So we have taken care of everything. I'll be uploading the content every week, and we'll make sure that we are giving max out of it. Thank you guys.